Hi everyone. Just thought I'd come on and do a live. Not sure how long I will be on again today. Just typing something in chat here. I've done paint pours before. Some unsuccessful, some successful. This is my setup. This is a metal pan that goes in the oven that I was using before. It's a frame that I took off one of these. Normally, I prefer to do this on a piece of wood. There. It tends to work better. I'm afraid the bottles underneath, the plastic things I put inside the wood frame might show the circles on the frame once it's dry. I don't know. I've never done it this way. So far, I've mixed my paints with pouring medium from Apple Barrel that I got at Walmart a while ago. My paints are medium. There's a dark red, a red, orangey red, a brighter. I have a yellow. I have some this very dark blue, cobalt, I guess we call, mixed in this cup with some black. And the black is also Apple Barrel. This one. And they all have the pouring medium in them. This one, however, I put some iridescent powder. These are so hard to read. It's interference violet, not iridescent. And Jacquard products, if I'm saying that right, number 673. I have no idea if it's even going to show up. This is all experimental. Also added a little bit of water in the cups. My paint is old, so there might, I'm hoping there isn't, but there might be some lumps in there. I have stirred all of these up well with the yellow. And yes, there's not a lot of paint in there. To be a little bit runny. Now, I'm going to have very little of this left. Silicone oil. Don't have to use this. Some people say it works, some people say it doesn't, and it's totally up to you. You only need a drop or two. This is the gold. I'll put some in my mixture of blue and black. We'll see what happens. I do have a little torch. But it doesn't work very well. And I can't afford to buy another one. So I don't know. I've tried to clean it. I may have put too much of the fuel inside here because you just put it in there and push. But I don't know. You can't hear it. It doesn't make sound with liquid. You know, you feel liquid. But I don't know. So we'll see. It hasn't been used in a while, so it's kind of dusty. So I am just experimenting and playing. If you watch this on a replay, thank you. And comment if you do. If you have suggestions, there's a lot of people out there that do this daily. So they've got it down pat. I don't. It's all experimental. So I don't even know what color I'm going to start with first, other than the blue-black mixture. I have some other things here I guess I should show. I have a few different types of palette knives that I can use to mess around in the paint. Have a wet paper towel that you can use for swipe. You put it down and you swipe. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I have this thing as well. I'm not even sure where I got it, but it's a bakery tool for icing, I think, and I have no idea how to use it. It can be used as a swipe like that, but it's a very large swipe. And I have a small canvas, so I don't think that'll get used. I have some paint sticks or stir sticks or whatever you want to call them here as well. So let's get to it and see what happens. I haven't turned on my lights yet, so let's turn it on. That's better. There. Okay. So start with this color. What are we showing up? This is the one that has the some powder in it. You can do what I think they call it a slip cup, where they pour each color into the same cup and give it a little stir. I'm not going to do that. I have done it before, but I'm not going to do that. It just generally is very messy. You can cover the entire canvas with a color. Normally, it's pretty much all gone when you're done. I'm just going to do that for now. Like I said, I'm playing. I have some of my white that I use. I mix it with some of the pouring medium in one of these bottles. And I'm going to put that. I don't know if this is going to pour or not. I don't know how thick it'll be. It'll be too thick. Just going to smooth that out because it is too thick. Works really great on the jelly plate, but too thick for pouring. So let's see what happens. Just going to coat the canvas. Hi, Beth. You come along for my mess? still kind of thick. Yeah, that white paint was way too thick. Told you it was messy. Like I said, this thing doesn't want to work. Now what? This one. This is the dark red, deeper red. Oh, they're too thick. Where I wish I had a turntable. So far, the only thing I like is this red lacing. Yeah, my mixture is definitely not working. Definitely going to be abstract. Yeah. Definitely nothing of what it was in my head. is definitely going to go into the what not to do file. I succeeded on the mess part. Hi, Barbara. Yeah, it has gotten really cool. And yes, I'm hiding. I am going to move this to let it do whatever it's going to do, dry, and I will come back. Maybe hit it once more with the heat. That would make a noise. Oh shit. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. The bubbles are showing up. Well, I did say I was going to make a mess. I definitely did that. S'mores. Marshmallows. Well, there is some light. Go watch somebody do a pour today, and she called it the kitchen sink. And she put multiple colors in there. And whenever I've done that to do a pour, it ever seems to work out for me. So, but I will say that when you're doing pours, it is best to use as new paints as you can. My paints are old, thick, and it's not working. So, you know, although I do see some of the, yeah, everything's falling. I'm working in a very small space, so that doesn't help either. I can see some of the shine from the powder, but I don't know if it's going to come out at all. Because the powder is a purple. It's not white, it's violet. That's what it's called. I did say all that in the beginning. So if you watch the very beginning, you'll know what I used. I showed it all. Way too thick for pouring. I'll be back. I gotta clean this all up. And then we can do something fun. Okay. Sorry. Shower. Actually, look at that. Showered my hands. Does that count? I wish I had a tub I could put all these in. Still cool. Hands are gonna get dirty again. Not making a print of that pour. What do you mean a print? Doesn't take them long to get dirty again. I'll show you what I mean by my paints being old. Look. I would have been better off to use the cheap dollar store stuff that's newer that I have in that pour. But I need to use that stuff up. I did like a mixture of that blue and black, though. They have to do that and put it in a container and make for my jelly plate. I did tell you it was going to be messy. BRB. Let's throw some stuff out. Yeah, we could have done that. Could have been making a mess. Even more mess. I think all the paint would mesh together and it wouldn't look very good. If that wasn't a canvas and a piece of wood, it might have worked better to try to take a print off of. With the canvas, so it's too soft. It will squish. I hope that made sense. I'm going to get the stuff I had started on yesterday. I'll show you what I was doing yesterday, Barb. It was way less messy. This can go over here. Yes, I am. It's the one thing I can be bossy of. I do apologize for getting up and leaving you guys. I think that's kind of rude, but I don't have the option of having everything here. this is what I was working on yesterday when I was live. Is this? It's a file folder. It was made from, as I said, a file folder. I'm going to repeat myself too many times. A legal size file folder. And these are some of my jelly prints that I recently made. I glued them on the file folder to make it more sturdy. So it's a bit more solid. Okay, this can be a pocket or a flip, flap, whatever you want to call it. It's not as sturdy yet. Then I just started, so I think this was one of Eddie's long hauls where he's trying to make it look like old walls with the paint. To me, the paint's peeling and you see the layers underneath of other colors. I was in the kitchen, not the shower. These are all done on my jelly plate. Camera's not as close as it was yesterday. You can see that some of them have the I have a lot of different colors, tones of this powder, mica powder. It's not all interference like this one is. This isn't the only one that was in there that was interference. And I put that in the black and blue paint that I made. Let's see if there is green in this. There, now you can see it. Okay, we're backwards again. This has green in it. You can see the shapes from the stencil underneath the paint and on top. That's my white pen that I was using yesterday. I found jelly rolls, the white ones, at Staples on Ellis. I believe it's on, or off Ellis there. There's a McDonald's, a Staples, Giant Tiger, and a few other restaurants in that little area there. So I found these there. I found these, the bigger sets of the Sharpies. This is Earth Tones. I haven't opened it yet, obviously. Got a pet for a while, as they say. But I have different ones. I have the ones like those. These are the like a marker tip. I can't remember the terms for that. So that. And then I have, these came from Walmart, which is also on Ellis. And then I have these ones. They also came from Walmart. And they are more like a paintbrush. And I only found these in the black and white and a small set of the same primary colors of these ones. Same tip. These ones are newer, so the tip's better. Hope you can see that. I kind of figured that's why I was telling you where it is. Yeah, because they work really well over the paint. There's the white. I wish they had more colors, but I do like the white on that one. And the page that I did some more on it. Over here, these 2 pages. This is what I was working on yesterday. All the fine point pen you see from the white is that jelly roll. Yeah. So I was playing with most of these markers yesterday. In markers, well, paint markers, whatever you want to call them, on these 2 pages. Go over the testing to show. With this pen, it's just a regular pen. It may be like a jelly style pen in pink. I used to have one in purple too. I can't find them. It's not a jelly roll brand, but it is nice. It works, writes really nice. That one I got from Keisha, so I don't know if you can find them here or not. It's a Z. Okay, old eyes. Z Grip Flight is what it says. I guess, oh, zebra. What a place to put it. I put it in the silver on the pen. I can't read that. Hi, Mama Juju. Yeah, that's fun. I like the zebra brand pens. And butter. Yes, we are both in the same city. Barbara and I. What was the question? Oh, I don't have price tags on them anymore. I think this was maybe 20. And the jelly rolls are a pack of 3. I think they were 8 to 10. I hope that you heard that. Between $8 and $10 Canadian. But I never seen the jelly roll anywhere else but Staples. That floored me. They had lots of cool art stuff there that I would love to play with. But only could spend so much. You're welcome. I hope it helps. I try to read chat at the same time, but if I read chat, then I don't do anything. The markers or paint pens, these, I like these. I do. I like them a lot. You were here yesterday, Butter, so you saw me using them. The white and the black come in a package like this. I bought 2. It's open. I haven't used these pens yet. So I still have those ones. I want to use them. They have been used quite a lot, so the white isn't as white, and it makes it look very shaded. That's the white pen is under here. It's black. That's white. And there's no shaking. See? No noise. Not like the other pen. These ones don't shake either. They're primed and ready, so you don't have to do the pumping and all that to get them to work. That's another thing I like about it. You pick it up, you open it, you use it. Let's find another black page. This is black paint. There's a little bit of blue here. This is my playbook, so whatever I want to do, I can do. I can doodle, I can draw, I can glue stuff. You watch it dry, it's going to fade on the black. In the paint. It's not really soaking in, it's just fading. I call you Kay or Mary Kay. So this part of the paper is black, so it'll look different. And again, this white one has been used quite a lot. It's not going to be nowhere near as bright as the famous Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll 10. Shakira. Yep. Got paint everywhere, didn't I? Oh, hey, Barb, you should come pick me up. Maybe we can both go. Go for coffee or tea. Let's say we could meet Kim, but she's having a hard time. Want me to read it? 12 assorted bullet tip markers. So no prepping or priming needed. Colors layer without bleeding. Markers on paper. Boldly markers on paper. Metallic wood, ceramic, glass, rock, and canvas. Water resistant, and it says fade resistant. I keep telling you it's fading on the black paper. Not really fading, it's just when it dries, it's not as bright. Also, they're not like markers where you notice with some markers, it's they're shiny. They're not metallic, they're just shiny. I've had like a black marker, and I like to use black to go around things, but I don't like to use a marker where it's going to leave that shiny. I can't explain it. I'd rather have it more matte. Wednesday, however. Wow, Barb. No worries, I wasn't expecting it to happen right away. I have to wait for money to come. Anyway, this is the one I'm going to like the most. I know it. Let's see, find the white page. A little swatching. I don't swatch. No. Pick a page, any page. I will tell you, some markers or paint markers will react differently with different types of paper. So we have turquoise. These are supposed to, they call them earth tones, so we'll see what happens. Got that one. It's pretty close to what it is normally. Oh, that's a pretty blue. Light. They're not kidding when they say that they blend. And this one is, to me, that's a gray blue. To me, I don't know if that's what you would call it. They work on black too. Let's use. I'm gonna shake. I just want to shake. Well, thank you. Is it Kay or is it Mary Kay? Good a relief. Some days I'm not. It's a very light purple, but I can see myself using that one too. I like the way these ones, the way they set up the colors. There's more colors of each than just primary colors. That one looks a little darker, or maybe has a little more red in it. That in there, or in there. They go together so nicely. Now I need to have paints in these exact same shades. This is their brown. It's better if I do that. The brown tone. I don't know if you consider that a taupe color or just brown. They don't put color names on them. So it would be really neat to see them make a like a shimmery set. Maybe not quite super bold shiny, but shimmery. This one is a shade lighter of that one. That's true, Barb. You can. Makes it more fun to use them too. It's another one that's kind of yellowy to me, but it's I don't know if you would call it a skin tone or not. It could be used as skin. Skin can be any color you want. And this is yellow. We're going to use this one. The primary yellow and this new one, just to see. It's very creamy. Cream colored. This is the other yellow. So this would be the primary yellow, and this is on the paper. It looks more like a olive color. It's got more green in it. But it's yellow. So I said when I first put it down, I thought cream color, but when I look at it, my light's making it look kind of greenish. Put the right one back. This one. Hi, Joyce. Call it, yeah, Titan Buff. Kind of. I think Titan Buff is more cream colored than that. I can see the tones different than you do. Camera doesn't always pick up the right tone. And yet they will smear when they're freshly put down. Once they're down, they're down. They don't move. There's all that stuff from the paint I was doing before. This one is I guess because they're earth tones. They're very, to me, they're very creamy colored. This one again. This is their new marker. Well, brand new out of the package, not brand new because we were at the store before. But the color shades are cool. They are called Earth Tone Sharpie Creative Marker. They're paint pens, not markers. I'll probably have them on Amazon, but Barb and I are in Canada here, not very far from each other. So I found them at my Staples. As well. These ones are just the regular first tones they brought out, first colors. So I consider them primary color. Then I might going to gesso over this to see what happens. The blue. Here's the other green. Yeah. It's different than that one, different than that one, different. And yellow. I've used this yellow a lot. Stuffy things on my table. So those are the first set I had. I got them. Then I found them like these as well. And they have, this one has a shaker in it. I knew one of them did. It's weird because the other ones don't shake. They don't shake at all. That was my first set of black and white. So after using them for a while, because they have this kind of tip, like a brush tip. See, because I use it a lot with the black, a little bit of the black paint has gotten on the tip. It doesn't show up. That's the white, the black one. And they're usually more pointed when you first get them. But that one's been used a lot. Sorry. But yeah, these, I'm sure they have the earth tones in these too by now. I just haven't seen them anywhere here. Again, primary colors. They're just the brush tip versus the bullet tip. Because they're different things with different kind of tip markers. So I have some that are chisel, I have some that are bullet, I have some that are more fine tips. I prefer the fine tip markers for coloring or drawing, but for the messy, funky art that I like to do, I like the bullet bold mark. But doodling I like fine. And here, I've showed these before because I've had them a while. They are also Sharpies. They're Sharpie Creative marker, and they're called S-Note, and they're dual. Don't buy these if you want to color with them. They don't work very well for color. The paper pills very quickly with them. Yeah, they are very vibrant. Can't talk. But the dual part is the fact that they have the two tips. And this is, the color is more muted too. And then they have your chisel. The chisel tip. These, well, they're properly named, I think. They're called S-Note, so they're good for writing notes, jotting down information, or just making a little tip of color on the edge. You know how you put, I can't think of the word, but yeah. So they have their use, but I probably won't buy these again. I wanted to use them for coloring, and they just don't work. Not for me. Because if you're going to do that, Dee Dee called it, she has those mind mapping things and stuff like that, and you want to make notations and underline it or whatever, those markers are good for that. Yeah, that's where I found my first set, was at Walmart. Yeah. At Staples is where I got these ones. The markers? Yes and no. I think they're paint pens more than markers. But depends on what you're using them for. Okay, now what should we do? Yeah, they're earth tone. so creepy. They're called Sharpie Creative Marker. These are called the same thing, but there's less ink or paint or whatever in them. But they have a brush tip that looks blue on screen. It's not. This is purple. It's purple, not blue. Haven't used these ones as much, but I do like them. I would consider these ones more primary colors because that's the colors they come in. If you're looking for these ones, this is the earth tone set. I just took the, where'd I put it? I just opened them, so there's the cardboard's here somewhere. Yeah. On light or dark surfaces, earth tones, Sharpie Creative Marker, the bullet tip. They say no prep or priming needed, colors layer without bleeding, boldly marks on paper, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, rock, and canvas. Water resistant and fade resistant. Just in case I read that earlier, but you weren't here. So I hope that helps. I don't know how they would compare to what are they called? Very expensive other markers that people use, paint pens. I can't think of the name right now. No. They have a little bit of a smell, but nothing like the markers. Yes, Posca pens. That's what I was talking about. Because everybody likes those. I've never had one, so I cannot tell you what the difference would be. But yeah, these don't smell. Barb, you've had the other ones, so you can say that they don't really have a smell. They don't smell like a marker at all. That's why I say paint pen. I can smell a little bit, but not much. And I have an oversensitive nose. Like the strong, you mean the Joyce? You mean the strong smell that you have, like from these Sharpies? Because these do smell, and they do have a strong smell. These don't smell anything like these. I know I do. I don't. Well, I use the other Sharpies, like I have the metallic ones here, because I couldn't find. I wasn't able to get to Dollar Tree to find those other gold markers that they have that are gold like this. But this one is nice. It's blue. I don't find it very metallic, but it's not permanent. So when you try to do stuff over it, it will smear. And that's the Dollar Tree, the Crafter Square brand. They're nice, but like I said, they will smear. This will only smear if you rub it right after you put it down, but it does smell bad. I will attest to that. Strong smell because it's a big marker. Now I like the big markers. So apparently you can use these on the jelly plate. I haven't done that. I've seen somebody using these ones, big fat Sharpies, and the Montana marker with the big square. I would love to find one of those. Not a Montana marker, but the big square markers. They're fun to use for mark making and this kind of stuff. The mark's on, and then you can go around it with the pretty colors. That would look cool. Yeah, I found the primary colors at Walmart. These ones, I found them at our local office kind of depot thing. Staples is what we have that we call here. I found the bigger set there. Yes. The permanent markers I have not done, but I did use these on my jelly plate. And you can still see it after I've used it for a few days. Doesn't come off all the way, I guess. And I haven't cleaned it with what's it called, that hand sanitizer stuff. But you can't see it. This is my very clean, messy jelly plate. Not clean. I'll show you the print I did. I think it's in this book, or it's on the paper. But I don't know if you can see it. It'd be better on the black. But there was... I am clumsy today. It's very faint now, but I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a teardrop shape right on the corner. My lighting doesn't help, but you can see them a little bit. That's from the marker, from not these ones, but from these ones, the primary colors. I used the yellow, and they have left a mark. So I don't know if you can see it at all. Like I said, it's very faint. I hope that answered your question. The permanent markers, because they are permanent, I have a feeling they would stay on your plate longer, but not forever. This is my opinion. I haven't tried it. Yeah, I cleaned it after I used it. So when I'm done jelly printing, I do what I call a clean off print. So I put my paint, which is a mixture of, it's not Floetrol, but it's similar. It's paint pouring medium, but this is Apple Barrel. I got this at Walmart, and I put that in with my white paint, only my white paint, because my white paint is so thick. Again, Walmart. but I've had this for quite a while, obviously, so it's like super thick. And because it's thick, it doesn't really work very well to get any nice jelly prints. It makes lots of grunge, but so I add that flow medium or pour medium in it and then shake it up, and that's what I use to do a clean off print. You're welcome. Not yesterday, a few days ago, like probably a month by now, I have previously done a few lives of some of those jelly prints. If you want to see that, or I can do another live with jelly printing. I have, like I said, there's a few of them on my channel. Any page. Let's see. I was talking about that one page, but I don't know if I have it. But Julie was talking about roll-offs. That's a roll-off page. No, I don't think I have it. I don't have that one, and I don't think I put it in this book. Because I like that print, so I was just messing around. Right. So we're doing show and tell. Oh no, don't fall. I don't want to have to pick that up. Okay. And Barb will like this because she's probably done it before with the kids. Cardstock, you fold it and where you want to cut the slit out, and then it makes really nice. Well, I say V's, but here you call it. What did they call it? My brain is not working for words. Just some of my well-used stencils. My favorite one. You'll see. More stencils. Okay. We will play more with those after, but I did Devin does them all the time, where you use a magazine print to make a. I can't read. Words aren't working. It's frustrating. Yeah, chevron. That was what I was trying to say. Thank you, Dana. Nice to see you too. Pile of papers. We're gonna take these all off. Because your jelly plate is so versatile, you could use just about anything on it. Painty papers. This is with the, I never know what to call this. The powder, the pigment powder. It doesn't say on here. It just says interference violet. That's what I put in the blue paint when I was trying to pour. It did not work. So if you watch the beginning of the video, you can watch how I attempted to pour on the canvas. That didn't work. But that's what's in here. That's the purple you see. I'm hoping you see it. And it looks kind of blue on my screen. But that's these pink, red, whatever color is showing up. And the sheen that I'm getting is the interference. I want to call it interference, not interference. That's interference. But yeah. So I was playing with my plate. I used those. I used them with a Q-tip through the stencil and made some really cool stuff. This one isn't one of them. This one I covered this with a top coat, a sparkle top coat by Folk Art. So it's got a greenish glitter in it. It's not quite clear. I was trying to find clear. I didn't have. That's one of the ones I was talking about. I took my Q-tip with the different colors of this powder, put it on the plate, and then used a clear paint to pull it up. Because I don't see any paint, and it's not coming off. That was one. This was the other one. I think Devin likes this one. There's got gold, and then there's the red, and it's so shiny. And you don't have to seal it or anything. It doesn't come off. This one is just paint. Then I have fly paint. I have this paint, which is called Dragonfly Glaze. And again, Folk Art, so find it. You can find this at Walmart, and they have it at Michael's. Probably twice the price at Michael's, especially here in Canada. But I really like this. And it comes in different shades. This one is kind of purple and purpley blue. And I don't know if it's going to come across on there. So this purple here. And that nice turquoise. And the other one I have is a red. It's a reddish one. Got a reddish hue. So it gets gold. I don't know if it's going to show up at all. But this is clear. It comes out white on, comes out white. But on the jelly plate, it's clear. It looks like you put glitter on your plate when you didn't. Another fun thing you can try. This is a piece of scrapbook paper, and it has the silver. It's shiny. So what it does, it makes almost like it makes a pattern on your plate. Whatever those silver dots are, or whatever chevron or whatever's on there that's shiny, will show up on your plate. Really clear. It makes a nice print. $5.01. What do you mean, $5.01? Thanks, Joyce. I hope this is helping somebody out there. This is actual gold leaf. Gold leaf. It's this funky foil that gets everywhere when you try to use it. It works on the plate too, but it's very, I would say, for me, it's messy. I couldn't get anything to, like, when you're trying to use a stencil and get the shape out, I couldn't get it to take shape. It just makes a really cool crackle effect. $496 subbies. We tried to get you to 500. I'm a little bit above that. Still not enough though. How do I use, oh, the gold leaf on the plate? I don't know if I put it in the video. Carefully, you just put it down. If you want the crackle effect, you put it down, and you use, if you have a soft brush, that'll help, that'll work. You can use the brayer, but it has a tendency to stick to the brayer and come off. But you just have to be careful, like when you're putting it on paper, right? You have to press it down nicely. $12. Wow. I thought 3 hours was long. Well, it is for me. Paint first and foil. You can use paint. It does help it stick, but I've done it without the paint. I put the paint on top because it will stick to the plate. But if you want it to do the crackle effect, you put it on your jelly plate, and then you pick it up and you kind of let it bend like it does, because it's jelly, it's going to move, and let it crack before you put paint on. Then put it down, put your paint on, or use matte medium, which is clear, and whatever, you'll just get your gold leaf, and then you can do whatever you want to it after. But yeah, it's a very messy thing. It tends to fly everywhere. Wants to stick to your hands more than anything else, but it does work. I've seen somebody use the whole sheet of gold leaf. She put it on her plate, picked it up, and just kind of went like this underneath her plate, and it made it crack. And it looked like crackle when she took it off. She used more expensive black paint than I have, and it turned out really nice. But I could see using that to make that paint peeling effect as well that I did on that other stems, that other one I showed. This, you can't really see the stencil, but the stencil with the circles is solid. So the only parts that are open are the in between here and the little ovals. This is a Darcy stencil from P&M Studio. I can't think of what they call it, but that's Darcy Misadventures of with Mixed Media. That's her stencil. She sent it to me. She sent me two, so this is one of them. These, I don't know if you'll remember that part, but this is actually from Kim. She made these little cutout things, the circles. They look like little roses. They're not, but they look like little roses. I put them on the jelly plate. And they were paper, and then I took them off after, and that's the print I got. Sprayer I have a catalyst wedge. It has little squares on the end, and when you go like this with it, it makes the wavy. That's how I got that. That's a photocopy. This would look neat with the gold leaf. If you could put the gold leaf in the center and then do the stencil on top. I'm looking for a specific print. Like I said, sometimes you don't get what you think you're going to get on the plate. Like this one, it's got these little things. These little black parts are, I would call them a divot. There's no divots in my jelly plate. But sometimes when I had them cased in that plastic, it made them a bubble, an air bubble or air pocket in between the plastic and the jelly plate. And that's why those happened. That's why I used the paper instead of the plastic. Because we don't have these as much anymore. Those are all stamps. These are the cheap version of the foamies. I was looking for the one with the marker or the paint pen. Oh, guess I should show that one. I like this one. I used the powder on that. Same stencil, different color. And I still use the iridescent, or not iridescent, but it makes a cool print. It's my elephant. This is the jelly print that had all these little pieces in the background in a different color. I painted it with my brown, which is cheap brown, and this white. That's how I got this color. So this is the Folk Art Multi-Surface Satin. So it's basically a shiny white. It's not a pearl. It's more of a sheen than a shine. If that makes any sense. But when I mixed it with that cheap brown, I don't have any shine. Good. I think the stamp. Yeah, me too. I love dragonflies, so yeah. I try to keep track of that too, but this one also you can see, if you look really closely, I put not that one. This on there, that's why you see I can see the little sparkles of the turquoise, but it's not, I don't think it shows up in the camera. So that's how I got the shiny effect. If you can see this here, it's like glitter, but it's not glitter. You're not supposed to put glitter on your plate. Not supposed to, doesn't mean you can't. It's very fine, like this stuff, because they have glitter and that's fine like this. It's not going to hurt your plate. Some more of those funky cardboard things. This one is almost all this stuff. All different colors. I had a purple, and a black, I had the blue, I have a green, I have this, it's gold, but I call it yellow because it's, or honey color. This is another stencil. The stencil I got off Temu. Again, these cutout things I got from Darcy's Ko-fi, where she has some free printables. That was one of hers. I resized it. That's how I got the smaller ones. I learned how to do that with my printer. This one. The multi-layer because I used the gold, I used yellow, I used the turquoise. I don't know if it's this one, probably, yeah. And my gold, which is this, the folk art. It's a bigger bottle because I like to use it a lot. This strip in here, the paper kind of stuck to it, but it's from the powders. Doesn't usually stick. It may have been just too humid that day. There's another one. This one almost looks to me like Aurora Borealis, the lights that you get in the sky sometimes. Very rarely do we see them here. Or you could call it the galaxy kind of look. Because it's really shiny. That was just using these, and you use this, which is silicone, and you just kind of put that on your plate. I like the powder. I guess you can tell. This is just a mismatch. I think it was another clean off print. That's why you get the multicolors and bits of stencil, and I like that. These are some of the things I cut out of cardboard just for fun. This is those same things from Darcy. Oh, tell me what I was looking for. Now you can see them nice and clear. That's what they look like. The stencil I made. Yeah, it makes it easier to, like, if you're gonna use like a fine stencil, you want to get it into all the crevices and that. I find Q-tip will work because you're gonna shred it and you're gonna throw it away. But some of these pieces you won't be able to get in here because the powder will get in there, but it'll still sit on the stencil. So use something to smooth it out. So you use the silicone tool or the Q-tip to get there. That's the other one that I have. This is from Temu. This one I think I got from Keisha's Creations a long time ago. But this is Temu. Some of these I don't know. I don't remember where they came from, so I can't tell you. But this one I can tell you because I made this one. This is my circle stencil. It's out of one of these. The plastic dividers. That's why you can see the holes in it right here. Those are already in it. But I have, it looks similar to the wood burning tools, but it has different tips with it. And one of them says stencil burner for the tip, and that's how I used it. You have to learn how to hold the thing because it's like, I can't think of what they're called. You use them for when you're putting diodes and stuff on a board for motherboard. I know, technical. And you use that tool. It's shaped smaller than your heat gun. So when you have to learn how to hold it, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, to get a good stencil, a good thing, because there's still ridges on here. But some of my favorite stencil that I've made. And this cost me $1 $1.25 for like 8. So that's theoretically 8 stencils, or 8 times to try to make stencils. See, there's the favorite one. It looks very bohemian to me. Yeah. So that's my thrifty, some of my thrifty things, ideas. If you don't have the means, the money to buy, make your own. Let's turn it over. Those are photocopies. That's that other stamp that I have that's like this. It's over. It's going to be right at the bottom, I bet. Yeah, right there. This is the one that I took, that I made on my jelly plate, trying to use these. And it worked, but it did leave a mark that's still on my plate. This is more of the powder. The white, the clear one, can't really see the violet in there, but you see the purple or the blue. But that's the one I was talking about. Why do I keep turning them over? I turn half of them over and I turn the other ones off. Nothing in the back. There's that elephant again. I have that. That is a stencil. That's probably that big. It's not a big stencil. This one is more mixed media paper. But I was playing with that other stencil that I also made this one with the burner, where I made these little things. Design long before I saw Darcy. Yeah. Done. That's that. There's that stencil again. These are cardboard that I made. There's that elephant again. See, I told you the stencil was this big. You can see that. This is an old print I did a long time ago. The mushrooms, and I have that came out of one of those books of. It was, I think it's called 101 Stencils or something like that I found at a bookstore. That's also Darcy's. The shape, anyway. The other stuff I did to it. See if I can find the other one. Here it is. It's in here. Here's the Darcy stencil. There's the bee. This one is from Temu. They come in a set of, I think, 6 or 8, and they had this one, see, like spider webs, that one, and a few others. She's not in this bag. Not in that one either. But this one you could find on PM Art Studio under Darcy, Mrs. Enters Mixed Media. Under her name, you'll find a whole bunch of stencils. I have 2 of hers. The other one, I think it's a swirl. It's not here. It's in a pile somewhere. Any questions that I didn't see? I try to help. There's so much stuff on Temu that it's hard to find things. Hi, Mama. Choo choo. I don't know if it's Mama or choo choo. So what should we do now? Long weekend here in Canada. That's why there's no construction on my street at the moment. Got this one is nice. It's a very pretty blue. I don't think it looks turquoise on there. However, oh come on. It is, yeah, it's turquoise. They're made by Jacquard or Jacquard. J-A, I cannot read it. Why do they put a clear label on a clear jar and expect us to read it? Jacquard. I cannot pronounce it. I apologize. But I have a whole bunch of these. It came with, this lady was selling her polymer clay, and I wanted to try polymer clay. This one is called Sparkle Gold, and I think the number is 657. Rupert Gibson and Spider Ink. Jacquard. I can't say that properly. This is the powder that I have that I got from that lady. I got some of these from some, I think I bought a set of these, and they are, this one is rusty red, probably not much left in it. I'm not sure what brand this is though, but it's powder, so I don't know. I have some perfect pearls as well. To me, it's all the same. It's just different company make it. Then you can put them in these little shakers that I have. These are for, they were for the glitter, but I don't buy glitter very much. If I end up with it, it's usually because somebody sent it to me. I also have this cool thing. If you don't have Q-tips and you don't want to buy Q-tips, it's silicone, so it will last a long time. For doing your, putting it in the stencils. One side is kind of raised. See, I don't know if you can see that. It looks like little hairs. It's not. And this side is bumpy. I wouldn't, this one, you can use it on your plate. It does give a cool effect, but it doesn't move the powder around very well. But this, because it's like the feathery look on it, it'll use that. It works well. Almost like a Q-tip. It works to get into the crevices of the stencils. Right, so there's that one. Also use something like this. This one is old and I don't know where it came from, but you can see it's tearing off afterwards because you use it too much. But it works for the powder. But I like the other one better because it's not going to tear. Let's see, this one is Golden Peach, and it's very, very gold. Very pretty. This one looks brown. Again, I'm going to complain about the label. I cannot read that. Clear on clear? How do you read that? This blue is really blue. Really blue. True blue. It's not... it's not going to change like the other ones. Same thing with this one. It's got shimmery green. It's a very green. I can't see it in the light, but it's green. But yeah, that's what I've been using on the plate. Not the glitter. But there's other glitter I have. It's called Rain something or other. AlteredPages.com, and I don't think they exist anymore. Glitter Gluts. Tropical Rain. It's so pretty. I'd rather have a tropical rain in this stuff. Embossing powder, because it's fun to play with. This one is a white sparkle, so when you put it on, you get, it goes white, but it also has silver. I don't know, it's not showing up. See, it shows up more white there on the side. It's very silver. Oh, that's showing up. It's not showing up, but it is. It's silver. It's got little silver flecks in it. It's so pretty. I have one that's called Peacock something, and it's white, but when you put it on the paper and you heat it, it changes color. That's enough. I'll put those back. I'm going to run out of this one. I'm going to get some more. I don't know where to buy it because I bought it off of a person off my off Facebook on Marketplace. She gave me an awesome deal, but I can't tell you where you can purchase it online other than maybe look for it on Amazon, but I don't shop there either. If I can't physically see it, I don't like to buy. They are mica powders. I've used mica powders on the jelly plate. I've used baby powder, or not baby powder. It's not talcum powder like they used to use. It's baking soda, cornstarch. This stuff. If you want to make grungy prints and that, use a little sprinkle this on your plate. It doesn't do anything to your plate, but it'll leave those, like, it looks like water droplets when you take it off the plate, because you won't have any paint where the powder is. I'm helping, Joyce. I'll play with some more of this. I'll show up on there. Yeah, you can see the blue is the powder, not paint. So that other one that I showed you, that is the stencil with all the multicolors, it's all powder that you're seeing. You just see all the mica powder. Not this one, but the other one that's the same stencil. And you can see how fine the stencil is too, and how close they are together. But I got the powder through all those pieces. So the more colors you have of the powders, you can make a rainbow, which would be kind of cool. I don't have a rainbow stencil, although I can make one. I do not know what I want to do. No. Yeah, that's Jelly Roll. Yeah. I know they look like the same. They're not. This one came from Temu, and it's an Oriental. It's got Chinese writing on there. No, I can't tell you what it says. But they're okay, but they're nowhere near as bright as the other. See, sometimes they don't write. I've used them quite a bit, but see this one, see, they don't work as well. They were cheap, cheap than that. But the Jelly Roll, I don't even have to prime it or try to rub it for a long period of time. I'm glad, Joyce. I like to help where I can. See, I don't know if it's showing up how different those are. The other one almost looks like it's gone now. It's still there, but it's very faded. But the Jelly Roll is just bright, nice, crisp. I was on yesterday, Joyce, doing a live similar to this one, where I was using the markers on these 2 pages. So if you want to watch it, it's on my list in my channel. You see me using all the markers. And go back to that page. This one. I was swatching these. These are, I got these at Staples here in Canada, Winnipeg. They are the creative markers, the same as the other ones. They're called Creative Marker by Sharpie. They are jewel tone, earth tone. The earth tones. It's different. So. Tone. Can't spell today either. Yeah, earth tones. I don't know if you saw them. Okay, we'll show like that too. What I like about these markers, or paint pens as I call them, is I can do this and still there's nothing on the tip from the other color, and it shows up really nice. And the very muted colors, earth tones, I guess. The other ones are more bright. I do like the Jelly Rolls. I just don't like the fact that they take longer to dry, and they are not permanent. So if you do any mixed media like I do, they get wet, they're gone. They're either gone or they're smudged badly. These don't do that, even because it's not dry, so it is smudging a little. The paper I put it on is like sketch paper, so it's not very, not cardstock, but it's almost cardstock. It's got a little bit of a shine to the paper, so that might be why it's staying wet longer. But anywhere else I put it, I haven't had that issue where they run with that. But if I put any water on it, I wonder if it's going to disappear or not. Other white pens will bleed or... Nope. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. Because the ink isn't permanent with the white. That's hard. I think it's hard to make a white pen permanent. So if you were into mixed media, you do it as your final layer or doodling, they're great. But if you use any water or other stuff on top, like if you want to seal it with, like, say you want to use this, you use a brush, you're going to lose your mark, your white. But that's okay. These ones don't, though. Once they're dry, they're done. Let's see. I like the colors. The muted colors are fun. Use the water again, see what happens. This one was the last one that I did. I don't like this paper because look what it's doing with the water. It's going so you can't see it on the other side because I jelly printed off. Didn't move it. That's the S note. It's these ones. They're also Sharpie, so, and they're muted colors. That's why I got them. I like them, but I find if you use them like coloring with them in a large area, the paper will pill. And I don't like that. But you can see this. It's not, there's paint in there, but it's not moving it. The bad paper. That's important to me. I don't know if it is to you, but... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know Staples is in the U.S. in some areas. It's not everywhere, but... Yeah. There is a way around that, though. If you want your white to stay nice and white and crisp, there are like aerosol sprays, which I don't recommend doing inside the house. I'm oversensitive to that kind of stuff. That would send me into an asthma attack. But they do have their purpose. If you're doing a mixed media piece and you want to doodle in spots and that, and you want your white to stay nice and white, seal it. If you can, put it in a box in an open window or a well-ventilated area and spray it with clear spray. I have done that. I've done it in the basement and I've done it outside. It's just so windy here, and there's so much stuff in the air. I don't like to spray outside because you're going to get other stuff in whatever you're spraying. Sorry. After streaming yesterday and today, my voice and my throat doing what it does. It depends on how you put it on top. If you're going to use the aerosol because it's spray, you're not touching your surface with anything, so that would work. But if you're going to use something that's in here, and use a really soft foam, this one's done. It's hard, but it might be okay. I have done that, and it worked fine. But most things, if you touch it with a brush or anything, it's going to rub. So it's going to, I hope that helps. But this one, I used it with, I don't remember with what I used it with. It was either this stuff, or something else. Oh, yeah, because I have matte Mod Podge. Because if you want your colors and stuff to stay the way they are and not get that shiny stuff, some people like the shiny. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. And that's me. I don't always want my page to be super shiny, so I'll use matte or matte medium, which is a better quality product than this. This is water-based glue, sealer, and finish. So anything water-based doesn't have too much smell, but this Mod Podge smells. But if it's water-based, again, water, you can wash it off. So how's that going to help? You want something that's going to seal, you need it to seal. So I sometimes will use something like this on my paintings. It's made by Minwax. It's a polyurethane or a shellac. They do have a water-based one, which is fine. It doesn't come off. But again, you have the warnings on here. So got to have a well ventilated area to do it in. Because I do periodically, I'll do paintings like Art Sherpa has done. I've done some of her stuff. I've taken a color book page and turned it into a painting instead of coloring it. I use tracing paper. I trace the picture, whatever I want, on my canvas, and then I color it. I paint it in. I've done that for gifts for people and my grandchildren, stuff like that. So yes, Coco, nice to see you again. Yeah. The doctors say that I have borderline asthma, but I don't understand what they mean, because I believe that I have a lot of allergies to things like oils, and apparently a lot of the trees that are in Manitoba, where I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So pine trees, I don't know if oak trees is one of them, but I know that the allergy specialist said that. And a lot of that stuff is in the air. So it's hard for me to breathe sometimes. Yeah, the foam brushes are cheap, and they don't leave like a brush leaves. Sometimes you get the the things off the brush, the bristle off the brush. It comes off into your sealant when you're sealing stuff. So I prefer to use something that won't do that. If you walked right over the microphone, cool. Like when you're staining something, you use a cloth that doesn't have any fluffy stuff or anything on it because you don't want that in your paint, in your stain. It's the same thing when you're using a clear coat on something. Yeah, this is part of my allergy issue. My kitty cat. Stop scratching. There. You're not showing up on camera. This is Coco, by the way. Yeah, that's the Mod Podge, because this one is matte. It doesn't. You don't get that sticky, tacky feeling. A lot of times here we have a lot of humidity. Not all the time. Last few days it's been really, really dry, so that's helping. But if it's humid, anything sticky like this or that other clear coat, even this glaze will stay sticky just because it's so humid. That's why I don't like Mod Podge. If I could find matte medium, I'd probably use it more. But it's an expensive top coat to use. So is the spray, actually. It's pretty expensive. I find it at my Canadian Tire, the clear coat in the aerosol spray. But I do wear a mask if I use that even outside. But a lot of times I won't use it because it's so stupid windy. Are you done, Coco? Yeah. Oh. This one or this one? This is called, it's by Folk Art. It's called Sparkle Top Coat. It's a clear top coat. I was trying to find something clear to put on top of pages or canvas, but I couldn't find anything except this stuff, and it's got a little bit of glitter in it. It's not, it looks more green to me than this color. And this one is called, it's by Folk Art as well. It's called Dragonfly Glaze. And PM Art Studio had used this on their jelly plate many times, a long time ago. That's where I first seen it. So I did buy it. It's very, it's not super shiny. It's kind of like the powder has that same effect. Not that one, this one. But I didn't realize they come in different shades. This one has a turquoise sparkle to it. I don't know if it'll show up. Let's see, sort of. But this one's more red. I didn't know they had different shades. I just grabbed some because those are the Dragonfly Glaze. It doesn't say color on there. At least not in my eyes. I can't see it. But this one, it is clear. It's clear. But there's a little bit of, like, it's glitter. It's got glitter in it. Sparkle glitter. It's fine glitter, but it's still there. If you're looking for something clear, that's not it. Yeah, I like the foam brushes too. So I do have some of the color shift too. I get that at Walmart. And my favorite one is the yellow. It's pastel yellow. But when you put it on your jelly plate or whatever, it kind of turns to a purplish color. This one, it stays pink, but it's color shift, so it has other color in it. And it's just acrylic paint, but it's got a coloring shift thing. And the other one that I have is it's very white, but it's a pearly color. Has that on top. I get all of this stuff at Walmart too. I have seen some of it at Michael's here, but I don't go there. You want to pay three times more for the same product you would get somewhere else. They're cheaper. No, just because it's at Michael's. I don't like that. Yeah, baby powder is supposed to help take away the stickiness. Or if you don't want the smell, you just use the cornstarch. And that'll do it. It's the same thing. You just want to have the smell. Yeah, that's my Coco. She wants attention or something. Oh, yeah, it did it again. It's after 5. She wants dinner. I get on here and I forget. Right, Coco? Yeah, I have the silver, I have the gold, and I have the bronze. I like these. They're very shiny, very silvery, very gold. I like them. I don't like the smell at all. But I'm going to leave you with that. I got to go feed my kitty cat, both of them, and then make dinner myself for me and hubby. So I hope you enjoyed this and got some good information to share. And I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll do it again. I think Monday's a holiday too, so it'll be quiet. It varies, depends. If hubby wants to vacuum or do something that creates a lot of noise, I don't stream. But okay, so I'm gonna go. Thank you very much for coming and joining us, and I'm glad you had time to come. I enjoy all the questions and the talking, so I try, because I don't do much art. But I did attempted to do a pour in the beginning of this video, or this live. It didn't work out very well, but I didn't think it would, because my paints are old and they're not good for pouring because they're too thick and too chunky. But I did try. That's the good part. But I'm going to go. I'm going to end the stream and thank everybody for coming, and thank the rewatchers and Anyone else who decides to watch later on, please let me know. Comment, like, share. And I hope you all are safe and relatively happy. Take care, all.